No shit. Where are you located? Like Midwest, East Coast, Europe, Alaska, Canada? East though. I'm in the land of no coast. What kind of music do you play or listen to? Thrash, speed, death, mariachi, Seals and Crofts? Too young to fall in love, huh? Well, the only Motley I know is the song I heard was written about you. Because she's got the looks to kill. So that's good enough. Man. Yeah, if you want to call it church. Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, I before that I probably got less than an hour playing seven string in total, and now I got like what 15 minutes. It was fun to play that. I didn't know I'd like it so much, but now I guess if anybody asks, I can say, well, in my opinion, the Jackson seven string King V is a sweet fucking guitar. I mean, it was great because the neck's not much. It's flatter on this side, on the back side than on this one. Oh yeah, it had that fat sound, but it was also in seven string standard tuning, B E A D G B E, and this is in C. Also, coming up soon on the Tampa Mord podcast, they have an interview coming up with Blake from Interceptor, Blake Bulldozer, and he also was touring with Mantis and Abaddon from Venom, and I'm going to be on the same episode, not at the same time as him, but same episode. So be on the lookout for that. I heard it's coming out Tuesday, but could be any time this coming week. So yeah, I get to be on the Morgue, which I think is pretty fucking sweet, considering in the grand scheme of things, I'm not really that. Yeah, when it comes out, because they got a YouTube channel. I got a link to their channel in a post I did today. So, I mean, there's a link to it there. But, yeah, the show, it hasn't been announced yet. What up, Jared? And thanks for saying it sounded good. How's it going? You fucking corn eating a long way some bitch from Fremont? No, I'm kidding. He eats corn sideways. Gotta love this fucking guitar. Yeah, I'm just playing whatever I pull out of my ass right now. Tell by the bad note. What songs do I like? There's a lot. I like from Asher on. I like 666. Thank you. I'll have to go back through and look at some of that. Yeah, I like Asheron, Vincent Crowley. That flag back there that says Kai, but it's backwards because it's fucking YouTube, so they're showing it backwards. I'm not left-handed, I'm right-handed, but you know, that's what the camera's doing. But yeah, Kai, because I wrote them all. Slayer. Love Slayer. Asphyx. Old Carcass. When I say Old Carcass, I mean like before they came back. Like I like Swan Song. I don't give a shit what anybody says. Swan Song's a great album. Maybe not for a band called Carcass, but great album. I like Hard Work. I like, you know, Symphonies, Reek. Excuse me. I like Morning Red. I like Satyricon. Emperor. I mean, I can sit here all day just listing bands. Brutality, Monstrosity, Obituary, Vader. Oh, I love that section. Yeah, I saw them on the. It had to be around the time Human came out or Individual Thought Patterns. There's Individual Thought Patterns. Um, saw them that one time. And that was so long ago. But hey, Jared, Vader's gonna be here in Lincoln in September. Of course, he also got Hypocrisy up in Omaha in August, which I need a second job or a new job in order to see that shit. Well, yeah, more bolstered out of Profanatica. But yeah, I gotta see Death one time. And it's a good show. It's a good show. I'm not gonna lie. No, I didn't get to see Scream Bloody Gore Death, but you know what? When Scream Bloody Gore came out in what, 87? I was like 11. And I got that Vader riff stuck in my head. The song Predator off of the Presence of Blood. Vader rules. Got another riff I really like. I can't remember the name of the song. It's also off of Presence of Blood, where he's like, yeah, I seen Slayer, with the original lineup, like 3 times in a row, because they got Dave Lombardo back right after God Hates Us All came out, and they're doing the Hate 2K2 tour. So they had Lombardo with, obviously Hanneman was still around. So I got to see that show. And I got to see in 03 when they were doing the Jägermeister tour. And they were, it wasn't when they were doing it with the Rain though, but they were doing the Rain and Blood anniversary, or I don't know if it was anniversary or just like, they're just playing Rain and Blood, the entire Rain and Blood album. But no, they weren't doing the raining blood with the blood coming from the skies. And then I got to see him, the last time I got to see him with the original lineup would have been 07. And that's my wife's one and only Slayer live experience. 2007. Unfortunately with Marilyn Manson. But still was Slayer with the original lineup. Which kicked ass. Someday I'll learn the next part. I've only been trying to learn it for like 36 years. My whole life. Or whatever it is. yeah, seeing like I got nothing against the people going to watch that Death to All or whatever they're calling the death tribute shows. I mean that's cool and all, but like I'd probably go see it if it showed up here and it was cheap enough. Um, because it's cool because it's a celebration of their music and legacy, but it's not. I'm not gonna drive like 2 hours just to go watch it. Like I see a few guys, making their little guitar videos, and they play. I'm not saying I play shit right, but let's get that out there. I'm not saying I play it right, because I play how I play, and if I play somebody else's song right, then fuck yeah. But I see so many people playing Bloodline wrong. Yeah, I saw Morbid Angel with Dave only one time, and it was with Dave, Trey, and Pete the Feet, and then for live performances they had Tony Norman on guitar, and Tony Norman was cool as shit, really nice guy. But yeah, so I got to see Morbid Angel once with basically the classic known lineup. And I want to say they put on a hell of a show. Yes, Brokeback Dave. But it was a good show. It was a weird tour to me because they were playing with Soulfly. So I thought that was weird to go from like the Lord of all fevers and plagues and jump the fuck up. It was some weird shit. You go from where the slime live to fucking what do you call it? But yeah, it's weird. I only have boxes ticked because I'm like 50, so it's not like it's just by the luck of when I was born. Of course, the guys that were born like 5 years before me, they got it all when it was fresh. I'm not saying I didn't get into death metal when it was fresh, but I mean, when I got into death metal, Death was on their third album. When I got into metal in general, I started buying it on my own. It's already 1988. Oh, okay. Yeah, but yeah, well, also, before age 30, I had a lot of opportunity to see a lot of great bands. And then in the last 20 years, I had opportunity to see a lot of great bands. Like, and even though I was in a band, I wouldn't say it sucked, because it was fun. It was a fun band. And there's live footage of it. On one of my playlists is a live footage. But I was in a band for about 3 years called Under Shallow Ground, 4 years. Yeah, I'd never seen Immortal, but I was never a fan. But in the band I was in, we played anywhere from the style of like the Panteras and the stuff like that, and and Slayer, and more radio friendly shit, all the way to death metal and thrash. Like I wrote a song that's kind of like Creator like. I wrote another song that's got like it's really melodic. But when I was in that band, Under Shallow Ground, I don't know if I said it, I got to share the stage with old school death metal. There's Diabolic Possession. I gotta be on stage with Ares Kingdom more than once. I gotta open for Anal Blast. I gotta open for Enabler, which is what some of the members that were in Anal Blast went to. Um, but you know, so I gotta play with a thrash metal band from Portland called Mobile Death Camp. Like I gotta open for them. Then of course all the Nebraska bands, but you know, obviously not like any of the old ones that were long gone. But you know, I play with bands like Dead Echoes. There's a death metal band from here called Garrodi. It says they're from Kansas, but they were in Lincoln. Don't worry, I'm on YouTube, not TikTok.
Okay.
So you don't have to worry. But yeah, so I gotta open for a lot of those bands, you know. I gotta play a lot of cool venues here in Nebraska. I've played the Waiting Room, a place called Sokol, which is now called the Admiral. I gotta play, I never saw Pungent Stench. I was never a fan. I gotta play the Royal Grove here a couple times. Place is gone called Knickerbockers. But yeah. Yeah, I just gotta look for them. Like I played with a lot of Omaha bands like Sepulchre, Dundee Strangler, and as I mentioned, Diabolic Possession. I think I played with Narcotic Self. I think we did a show together. A band called Sepulchre. Did I say Sepulchre? Because yeah, I played with them. This is another one that had the same guy from Sepulchre, but I can't think of his fucking name. But yeah, there's a long list. I have long hair. Yeah, Sepulchre. I had long hair back in the early to mid '90s. I started growing it in the late '80s. Then I joined the service and I shaved my head bald. And then I've been bald since 1994. I miss having hair, but you know, at least I'm not clogging drains. I just wish I had the option to clog drains. That would be awesome. But yeah, I gotta open for a lot of cool bands. I mean, most of them aren't known outside of the area or the region. You know, I gotta open for Havoc a long time ago. I'm sure their guitar player, if we ran into each other and he remembered me, would probably be like, fuck that guy. So I'm sure he doesn't like me. He gave me some free shit and I'm like, I'm gonna give it to this dude over here. And he goes, why? Because he's actually a fan unlike me. I know that's probably a dick move when you're giving free shit, but at the same time, why wouldn't you give it to somebody that actually likes it? You know? So yeah, I mean, like, I had a good time back when I was playing live. It's good shit. It's more fun than sitting here and playing on my phone. I wouldn't say ripped and peeling, but I used to be very powerfully built. Not fat, but like right now, I'm a 265 pound, 50-year-old out of shape man. But in my 20s, I was a 265 pound fucking monster. And in my 30s, I was probably like 230. And I wasn't working out at all in my 30s. I haven't worked out since my 20s, except for 1 month to see how long it would take me to bench press over 200 pounds. and with irregular workouts for that month, it probably took, I lifted probably 2, 3 times a week, and I went from going, oh, 120, this feels kind of light, to like, um, fucking, uh, 210 pounds. Took like 4 weeks. I'm not 6'8", 6'2". There might be some pictures of me floating around on other people's Facebooks from like 14, 15 years ago at local shows in Omaha, where I towered over half the crowd because they're all a bunch of 5'8" to 5'9" midgets. But Zach, are you jacked and peeled? Damn. Yeah, but I'm only 6'2". But yeah, Shred makes it seem like I'm 7'9", but no, 6'2". And these ain't no gym guns. This is from working. Just from working. Are you seeing some of them pictures? Nice. Bruce Lee 12-pack. If you're telling the truth, holy shit. Best I ever got was like a 4-pack. And I know when I was working at a cereal plant, I weighed between 230 and 240 depending on how much I fucking ate that week. And like I was tossing 50-pound bags all day. So when you're throwing around 50-pound sacks of grain and 50 pounds of salt feels way heavier than fucking 50 pounds of sugar, which feels heavier than 50 pounds of soft white winter wheat. And I could toss 50-pound bags 8 hours, no fucking problem. And then like sometimes with the wheat bags, they'd be like 4 foot long. I'd throw 100 pounds on one shoulder, 100 pounds on the other, just take a fucking stroll the whole like length of the plant damn near, and then walk up a flight of stairs. That's awesome. Fuck yeah. So the Amphetasaur has seen some of the pictures. Yeah, there's a video on a guitar player's page that I used to jam with from Under Shallow Ground show from back in 2011. And on stage, I look like a pretty decent, shaped guy. And in some of my pictures from back then, you can see the muscles. But compared to the lead singer, I look like a fucking child. That guy's like 3-4 inches. No, he's like, maybe 6'5", 6'6", like 340 pounds, a fat bastard. And I mean, he's got the fat belly and he's got the big saggy man tits, but yeah. If you don't like her, you're not cool. Because J-Lo, he rules. She's awesome. One of my favorite actresses. I liked her on Criminal Minds too, even though she was old. But I'm old. So yeah. Otherwise, I thought that movie sucked, asshole. But yeah, so like in Under Shallow Ground, those 3 to 4 years are some of my favorite memories, because that's when I made friends with Don Decker at Anal Blast. That's also like, unfortunately, Don Decker passed away. That motherfucker, he used to call me at like 3 o'clock in the morning because he was bored. Yeah, compared to me, the dog is a midget. I mean, muscle mass wise, the dog is huge compared to me. But yeah, he's a muscular fellow, but he's a short guy, and I'm pretty sure my neck's bigger than his. Yeah, Danzig. I met Danzig. Now, when I say I met Danzig, the truth is, we were like, it was like a sup thing. And I didn't have anything for him to sign. And I just bought the t-shirt with the inverted cross. And then on the back, it had like the Danzig tour dates. But I was like, what up, Glenn? And he was cool, man. He was cool for that, like, whole, like, 4 seconds or whatever it was. He was really cool and really gracious. Like, I just bumped into him by chance because the whole band, after they got done playing the show, was getting ready to leave. And I can't remember what the name of the tour was. I don't think it was Legacy. But they were on tour with Huntress, and I can't remember the other band. They opened it up with a song called Skin Carver or something like that. Something like that. And it was a good show. It was a great set. They played like 2 songs that were newer, like Skin Carver and one other one. Then he goes, fuck it, we're gonna go play all the old shit. And then they played 2 songs off. 8 songs total, but like 2 from, the first one, the second, the third, and the fourth. During Sistina, he's all like, yeah, this one's for the women. So you guys can go get your beers. So I did it. Because I didn't want to hear, Blood and Tears. I think was the one he did, the slow one. They played Godless, which was cool. Oh yeah. I wish I still had my bitch. There it is. My favorite dance they could play is Not of This World. Oh man, I had that Danzig skull sticker like 12 times. I love that sticker. That's it. But yeah, I love that. Um, if I listen to some of my friends that were unreliable, I've seen SOD live, but I actually have not. I have not seen them live. I wish. Um, I've been in a band that covered United Forces and Milk, and then I've seen bands cover them. Like when I was a kid, the first time I ever heard anybody cover SOD was a band from Aberdeen, Washington called the Death Camp Kids. And they weren't kids. They were like, 10 years older than me. So they were already like early to mid 20s when I got to see them. But unfortunately, no SOD live. But they would sit there, like they'd play their songs and they'd all be like, oh yeah. Yeah, like Death Camp Kids also like way back then and I saw them. They were one of the very first metal shows I ever went to. No, they were the very first metal show I ever went to. And I don't mean like big band or anything like that, like Slayer, But I mean just like my first metal show was Attica and the Death Camp Kids in Aberdeen. No, it was Hoquiam, Washington at the 7th Street Theater. That would have been like, I would have been 14, maybe just turned 15. So it would have been like 90, 91. So, that's some good shit. It was fun as hell. I kind of miss those days. But yeah, they had a song. Let's see if I can remember it. It's called All Hands Up for the NRA. I can't remember it. It's been years since I've heard it. I wish I could find that tape. I had their demo. I used to have a lot of demos when I lived in Washington. I like this portion because then I don't feel like I have to play something cool. I did see, unfortunately, the only lineup I saw the Misfits was with Michael Graves and Dr. Chud, but I'm not going to say it was bad because it was a good show. It was a good show. Got to meet Doyle and Jerry and Chud and Michael, and they're all cool. Doyle was like super friendly. But yeah, that was a long, long fucking time ago. It seems like. That's it. Death Camp Kids. I haven't even talked about them forever. I think the singer died like 20 years ago. But I thought it was so cool being able to hang out with all these dudes that were like, you know, in their 20s and playing in the metal bands, even though they were all like fucking crackheads and shit. Dang! Alright, well, I guess back to random riffing. That's cool though. It's kind of sort of seeing pictures of me where I look like I'm 9 foot tall. I know. Well, United Forces. The march. Alright, fucked up. Unfortunately, though, I have seen Anthrax live. That's a portion of my life I wish I could get back. Same with Megadeth. But I did get to see Seattle thrash band Coven live, and that was a good time. I was like maybe 15. They're all going on? Oh. See, I can't tell if YouTube's fucking with me or if nobody's commenting. It's awesome. Because YouTube fucked with me last week. I couldn't see any comments and people laughing, you know, in the chat. And then I could see them, and then it just stopped showing them. Yay, YouTube. I'm gonna play some Alice Cooper. Why? Because I feel like it. I relearned how to play this song by memory. You know, because it's just. Okay, I'm gonna try again because I fucked it up. It up. I forgot how to go. Oh well. This is the Melvin's version, so it's probably different. Wow, it's been for years since I tried that and actually played it almost right. But yeah, I like the Melvins. My favorite Melvin song is off the Deep 6 compilation. It was like a little bit of it anyway. When I remember, I was scared. Good finger exercise. Melvins. You got a song called Talkin. It's a good one for like downstate practice. Unless you can alternate it. That's weird. I honestly can't tell if anybody's actually fucking leaving comments or not in the little chat box here. So if somebody wants to tell me to go fuck myself, I guess this is a perfect time because I can't say anything back. You've been requesting Master of Puppets, a sweet child of mine. It's great because I'm not seeing it. You want to hear Milk? Mess it up, you know. Cool. So yeah, I'm probably gonna do this for a little bit longer, you know, just a few more minutes, because I got shit to do. So does everybody else. So you know, maybe I'll give you guys this. I had to try on the bar for it to see. Yeah, now I'm just fucking playing nonsense. Alright, well I guess that's all for now. You guys have a nice night. I know I'm going to. And I'm gonna do some grown up shit, like probably some laundry, wash my ass, whatever. Watch Mandatory Mayhem over at the Shredbeard 696 channel. Yeah, like I said, keep your eyes posted for the Tampa Morgue, because I'm on that. Same episode as Blake Bulldozer from Interceptor. Or not the same time, two separate interviews. And oh, nice. I thought nobody could comment anymore. Doing your Sunday line. Yeah, I gotta do mine. Maybe get something waxed. I'm kidding. But yeah. Oh, maybe eat some dinner. Dinner sounds good. Dinner's awesome. I love dinner. A lot. Like a lot. I love food. That's why I'm over 260 pounds. But yeah, so anyhow, I am out of here, I think. I think I plugged everything I need to plug, right? Yeah. Sunday Mayhem at Shredbeard 696. Tampa Morgue. Also, if you check out Tampa Morgue, you can hear some great interviews with Adam from Cardiac Arrest, Vincent Crowley from Acheron, Infidel Reich, Wolfen Society, and Vincent Crowley, as well as Nocturnus. Revic of Mordant Red's been on there 3 times, and he took the singer of Lord Humongous on there with him on one episode. Noelia from Hexea has been on there. And I do have a new single that I released from my upcoming EP, which I should get up off my ass and finish all the particulars for it so that way I can put that bitch out. Because I'm not going to release any more songs off it until the CD comes out. But it's 6 songs of 6 new Hawaiian death metal songs. 6 new ones. We got wonderful songs like The Famine of Maui. We got Kuali'i, and of course A Promise to My Sons, which is a song you can hear now. I know I named like 3 of them, right? Yeah. I gotta remember all the ones I said, yeah. So, A Promise to My Sons, Kuali'i, Famine of Maui, The Night of the Falling Sands. By the way, these 4 songs I just mentioned, massive amounts of death in them. Sad tales. Like a whole village gets wiped up and eaten by shark gods. There's different shark deities. And another one, 1/3 of an entire army dies because Pele unleashed, her wrath upon them. And another one, a lot of people die over a 3-year famine because some idiot chief didn't want to listen to his kahuna and killed the guy. And so the sun never stopped shining except for at night. There were no clouds in the sky, no rain. All the animals started to die. The plants withered. The fish no longer swam. They started eating they started eating each other and their children. It was brutal. And then there's only one way to break the curse. And they found a way. But so a lot of people died on that one. Kuali'i, he was a legendary chief from Maui that killed like thousands of people. Yeah, I mean, a lot of death. And then I wrote one about Kahekili. That one's called the King of Prophecy, because he thought he was supposed to be the prophesized one to unify the islands. He was not. That was Kamehameha, as we all know from history. And that dude, he built a house out of bones, out of skulls and femurs, so he could get the mana, the slain warriors. Depends on the time of day. Because, you know, one moment I might want obituary, next moment carcass. You know, it's all a mood thing. Do you want to be chopped in half? Or do you want to be like, you know, a cadaveric incubator of endoparasites? Let's see. And then, I don't know if anybody saw the Apple series Chief of War, but I wrote a song about him, about Katiana. Katiana was the first Hawaiian chief to travel the Pacific. He was gone for 3 years. He got to go to the City of Flowers in the Philippines. He went to China. He went to the Pacific Northwest. And I think he went as far north as Alaska on British ships. He was said to be around 6.5 feet tall with limbs of Herculean proportions. You can find images of him all over the internet, like the real Katiana, as drawn by yeah, as drawn by what do you call it, British ship's artists, because they used to do etchings and shit all the places they went. So yeah, I wrote a song about him. Now, according to the genealogy record, like 7 great grandfathers back, he's supposed to be like my 7 great grandpas back is Katiana. Supposedly I'm related to that Kahekili guy, which is the guy that built the house out of bones, you know, to get the mana of the fallen warriors and chiefs, because that was a big thing. You never wanted to know where anybody buried your bones. Yeah, so that's some of the new Ka'ai stuff in description. But if you want an idea of what it sounds like, a promise to my sons, because, you know, the kahuna whose sons, he made a promise to his sons to get revenge on, you know, his deceased sons anyway. But yeah, he made a promise to them to avenge their deaths by going after the chief at that time on the island of Molokai. In order to get his revenge on him, he had to go to these this cave, right, where a shark god by the name of Kahuhu lived. And in order to get to him, he had to make it past the dragon guards and guardians. So he tells these dragon guardians what happened, like, hey, you know, this motherfucker killed my kids, you know, and fuck him. And you know, I've been trying to find a way to get back at the son of a bitch, and nobody will join me. So yeah, this is the smack talking part of Uncle Kai, huh? So like, the dragon guardians were like, dude, that's sad, you know, because he's telling them about how his sons died for overplaying fucking drums. Were they kapu? Yeah, they were kapu. If you broke the law and played the kapu drums, you're sentenced to death by execution, you know, and you made a sacrifice. And, you know, 2 little boys, man. So, you know, of course their dad was pissed, so that's why, so he made a promise to avenge their deaths. So he talked to the dragon guardians, and then he made an offering to the shark god called Huhu on Molokai. And what he did was he goes, all right, you know, kind of like all the other stories about dudes begging a god for help. And he's like, you got to do these tasks, you know, build up this wall and do this shit, do that shit, plant some taro, etc. Bring me some pigs so I can eat, you know, shit like that. And so he does all the tasks, basically chores that the shark god demands of him. And, you know, some time goes by and he's like, fuck, dude, is this guy gonna do anything? You know, and he looks over by where you could see the island of Lanai, and he sees like these storm clouds, right? So Sweet. So the storm clouds roll in, and the fucking storm wipes out this entire village on Molokai. And it just floods it, all the people, men, women, children, the chief, all his loyal kahunas, you know, all the lesser chiefs, everybody, the fishermen, everything, wiped right out into the bay. So they're all out in the fucking water. All of a sudden they start looking around at this rainbow appears, and they're all like, oh, rainbow, the storm's over. No, the storm's over, motherfuckers, but this isn't over. They start seeing dorsal fins start popping up all over the fucking place, led by this massive shark. And next thing you know, the whole bay starts turning red as they become a feast for the shark god. Which, you know, the chorus line is promise to my sons, you know, about the man who took your lives. He will become the feast of the shark god, which he did. Now, those fucking sharks ate them all. And I don't know if it's still called it to this day, but for at least a couple centuries, it was known as Aikanaka Bay, which is Hawaiian for man-eater. So yeah, here's a little history thing. If you guys want, you know, maybe I'll start making videos where not just for the new release, but for like the old ones too, where I just tell the stories about what the song's about. You know what I mean? And yeah, maybe I'll start doing that. Then you can hear about the Night of the Falling Sands, which the Apple TV, where they did the series Chief of War. I only got to watch it because I waited till it was all the episodes were out, and I could watch it free. That's like the entire album of the Conqueror King, or not the entire one. That's just all the way up. Actually, the timeline on Chief of War is completely fucking wrong. It's like the show Vikings. There's some history that's accurate and some history that's inaccurate, and some timeline issues. Hey, El Gore, you have a good night, brother. Check out his shit. He's got a Bandcamp now. Go listen to his stuff. Put your link in the fucking thing. Leave a link in the comment box anywhere on my channel. Leave a fucking link, man. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna start making videos that tell the story behind the song, because I'm not making these up. None of these stories, none of these songs. I mean, the lyrics, the arrangement of the lyrics, maybe the portion of the story I tell, but all of these came from history or mythology that's already been written. And like the Conqueror King CD, all 7 of those songs, or all 6 of the songs that make up, there's 5. All 5 of the songs that make up the Conqueror King for the story, that's all history. Night Marchers is a legend. First Contact is, oh, thanks, brother. First Contact is about when Captain Cook first arrived. Think about re-recording that one. And Colonized, that one's probably the only one where it's like, I pulled a lot of it out of my ass. But that one is basically about the colonizing of Hawaii. But 1819 and less than a century are basically that reworked with all the history behind it. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. So that's what, that's what you guys want. I might even do some editing on the fucking video, so that way I can have a picture of the Conqueror King sitting there and be like, yeah, you see that motherfucker? It's Command Man. This is what he did. the Song of the Conqueror King talks about the prophecy. I believe the opening lyrics of the Kahuna prophesies as Kokoiki lit the sky, you know, that a king will be born, 100 chiefs. But yeah, I mean, you know, because, yeah, it's Hawaiian death metal. You might not be able to find it from the title, you know, the story I got it from. Because, you know, the stories aren't, the title doesn't necessarily mean what, you know, like Demons of Ni'ihau, that's the straight up story of that legend. But yeah, I'll start doing that. I mean, fuck, why not? I got 29 songs. There's 29 videos to come up with for that. Anyhow, you guys have a good night.